So if you look closely, you can see the rain. It's rained here all day in southeast Tennessee. And that's actually the tub that I had last year, still sitting in the same spot out there. Has leaves in the bottom from the autumn leaves falling again. And you can see it's raining in it, and it's almost full. There may be some snails, some holdovers in there from last year, but that's about all that's alive in there now. Even the plants have been moved to the in-ground little pond down behind there. So, but I thought I would do just a couple of highlights on how the fish are on a rainy day. And it's mid-afternoon now, so they've already been fed this morning. They're not quite jazzed up for late evening feeding yet, so they're pretty calm. This is a tank that you guys have seen many times. It's a planted tank with some nice rainbows, some expensive and semi-rare rainbows in here. So just a quick look at it. There's the big rhino plico, some of the green dragon longfin plicos. These guys always want to be fed, so there he goes. And then quickly, sorry for the whiplash. This tank is a little dark right now due to the water wisteria. It's a tetra tank, various kinds of tetras in there. And Craig, your little green, I forget the name, tetra ended up in here. It's up there, and it swims with an odd tetra. There's one of a kind in here also sometimes. I've also got some, these are called fairy cories. I don't know what the Latin name is for them. And I've got some stir-by cories in here. I've got a couple of decent sized knife fish. This is just got a female blue acara left over from some acaras I had. She was quite a prolific breeder. This tank is also planted, so to speak, and some potted plants. I've got some nice little, there they are, steel blue apistos. Got 4 of those in from Dan recently, within the last week. And after just a couple of days, due to them being quarantined and medicated and so forth at Dan's, I was comfortable going ahead and releasing those into the tank. There's another small one right there. My goal is to find a female that I can breed with these, or a female or 2, and not to forget, this is also a planted tank, or jungle about now. Rainbows in here, the Godiaticas are in here, and they're really starting to grow out nicely. That's one there. Very nice fish. Those are super rare. They're from Lucas. Some neon platies, also from Dan. Got my little peacock eels in here. One of those guys I found here in the floor one morning. And had no idea what it was. And it was dry, but I just instinctively or just threw it back in the tank, and it survived, so amazingly. And some more rainbows here at the end. These guys like to hang out over here out of the current sometimes. Got some, I don't know how the light is there, but I've got some geos that are getting a little bit bigger now. They're teenage juveniles. They were tiny. I used them to cycle this tank out several months ago. Some laser cories in here, 5 or 6 of those. There's some more of the Godias. There's also some Wacoga red lasers in here growing out from Dan. There's lots of rainbows in here. They like to stay behind the rock back there. which is great, which is fine. This is kind of a live bear tank. Lots of cool things in here. Some pea puffers. Got a little female beta. She loves it in here. It's a 29 gallon. You can see they're frying there from some of the mollies. The orange mollies. Down there's a vampire swordtail, and the little male with these lyre-tail mollies kind of bullies that one, so it tries to stay hidden somewhat, but it ignores him sometimes. Some sailfin mollies. What else? Oh, I might catch a glimpse of the highway catfish, also from Dan's. They are in this tank, but they like to stay in their wood. Sometimes they come out and mess with this plico that likes to live in that pot, and they'll get in his pot and spar with him a little bit. Quick spin around here. Take a quick look over here. Everybody's seen this tank lots of times. Silver tip tetras, lots of plecos, pleco grow out tank. What did I put in here most recently? There's the reflection over there of killifish from Dan, and he's still deciding on the species of those. I got a pair of those, and they're loving life being in here. Well socialized, really like those, and these are the first killifish, other than an odd flagfish that I have over in that live bear tank that I've ever kept. But these guys come out anytime I sit down. I think that's the male, so the female's not far behind there. Are we going to see any puffers? This tank was made for the puffers. I mean, set up for the puffers, so there we go. I also have a group of those super long fin green cories in here, but they pretty much stay in the wood back there unless it's feeding time. So, and some fish that Dan and I have talked back and forth about in comments are these pelvic chromas, which are also some super rare fish, expensive fish. Not the dithers; those are pearl danios, and I've never kept those, so I put them into dither for these two pair of the pelvic chromas, and it's going to be too dark to see that male in there. But Dan has at least one pair of these. He's trying to get to spawn, and I have two pairs, and one is a dominant pair, so I'm hopeful to get a spawn. There's a little male there, so we have the two males, and usually they don't come out when I'm sitting here. That's the subordinate male, I guess, and there's the dominant male getting ready to make his move on him back there, but you can see the difference, hopefully, in the coloration. Not really, can you? The lighting's not good enough, but these guys are absolutely gorgeous fish, and still have fingers crossed. There are Crebensis in that family, a large Crebensis, but type fish. This is also one of my snail grow out tanks, by the way, in case you're wondering about the snails. I do overfeed this tank a little bit to harvest some snails out a couple times a week. And another quick spin around. Speaking of snails, Dharma the Fahaka, she has a small but dedicated following, and I didn't realize I had not had her on here in over a week now. I was going to follow her about every week, but had missed that. I guess it's been about a week and a half, but she's back there behind the pot, kind of hovering there, and she's had a big breakfast. So probably can't be enticed out. She's no fonder of the camera than she has been. But her colors are really nice. Yesterday we had the live stream that wouldn't die, actually 2 of them back to back. So I'm hoping to just film this and to be able to post it. With this app, it's always iffy, but the Severums that spawned are still fanning their eggs, and in fact they've dug a little pit out there. I don't know if that's intentional or just from the fanning, but they're staying right on those, and I left a little bit of light on for them during the night so they were able to see any intruders and protect their spawn. So I was hoping Dharma the Fahaka would come on out a little bit if we ignored her, but she's putting on some size for sure. She's looking more and more like a Fahaka, huh? I did add some more dithers to her tank, and also I did a thing that I'm sure I'll get some comments about, and these are Melini, M-E-L-I-N-I. They're false. Jason with Jedrin Aquatics, the same day I got these, he got the real things, not the false ones, but I can't remember which false what they are. But I got 4 of these little guys, they're juveniles, and I'm pretty sure a couple are females. I plan to put them in my live-bearer tank, one of the live-bearer tanks, but at the last minute went ahead and put them in here for several reasons that I won't go into. But she did give them a little bit of sport, and she did bother them a little bit, and she did hunt them, but they managed to elude her. There are plenty of things to go around quickly and get behind and get under, lots of plants and so forth in here. So she stays well fed. She eats twice a day. So far she's, after the first night, she's ignored them. It's way too much effort, I think, to bother them, and they stay schooled up, and they were skinny little things. They were kind of a rescue. They needed to go home with somebody. So there's Dharma the Fahaka. She's watching to see if I'm going to feed her, and of course I'm not. I would have been too smart to wait, you know, and do that. Sorry, technical difficulties. Dog tangled up in my CPAP mask hanging here by the bed. Alright, Dharma. So I guess that's all she's going to give her fans right now. So, sorry, Priscilla. Yep. She loves her heater. Alright, so I think that I'll go ahead and stop. We're at 13 minutes. Most of the tanks are in the other room, but maybe an update in that room in a couple of days. And go from there. And Hoplo Catfish. Got 3 of those guys in there. You might see the tail of what could kind of look like a Pico, a nice Pico there, but it's actually a spotted Raphael, of which I have 6 in here. And I also have some pileated cats in here that are quite the characters. And this is a mated pair. I've told you that before on the Severum. And then Filamentosus barbs. That's some adults and then some juveniles. I was hoping to see another of the spotted Raphaels, but of course they eat and then you don't see them again until time to feed them. There's actually one wedged in right there, but due to lighting, we won't be able to see it. It's right there in the center. So, alright, thanks for watching, guys. It's been a whole 15 minutes, and I'll get this posted up. Appreciate it. So I'm back already, just playing with this app basically and trying to film a little. I didn't realize I had a light on the app, and tried it, and it's the Pause Me app. So there you can see some of the spots from one of the spotted Raphaels light up. So sorry about that. I totally didn't realize I could access light from the app. So that's a whole new world, huh? Missing a cat. Ah, there we go. Guys, if you like Cory cats and you like big Cory cats, which these are not, they're Hoplos. These are cats that are right under 6 inches. These are some awesome catfish. And that's my original one, and then I got those two as tiny fry 6 or 8 months ago to accompany him. So awesome fish. Alright, I'm out of here. Thanks.